August 2026 is about to remind us that the night sky is not simply darkness above our heads. It is a living theater of motion, light, and ancient history. In this month, something extraordinary is waiting for those who take the time to look up. NASA has highlighted August as a month filled with remarkable skywatching opportunities, and one event stands out above the rest: the annual Perseid meteor shower. Every year, Earth travels through a stream of debris left behind by a comet, and when those tiny particles collide with our atmosphere, they ignite in brilliant flashes across the sky. But in 2026, the experience could be especially memorable because the moon will not completely wash out the darkest hours around the shower's peak. Imagine stepping outside after midnight, far from city lights. Above you, the stars appear sharper. The Milky Way stretches across the darkness like a faint river of light. Then, without warning, a bright streak cuts across the sky. A second follows, then another. For a brief moment, something that traveled through space for millions of years becomes visible to your eyes. And the Perseids are only part of the story. August 2026 also offers opportunities to observe planets, the moon, constellations, and other deep sky targets. Some objects can be seen with the naked eye, while binoculars or a small telescope can reveal details that are impossible to notice from a quick glance. The most important lesson is simple. You do not need to be an astronomer to experience the universe. You do not need expensive equipment. You only need darkness, patience, and a willingness to look upward. But there's another reason this month matters. Every point of light above you represents distance and time. Some of the photons reaching your eyes tonight began their journey years, centuries, or even thousands of years ago. When you watch a meteor flash overhead, you are witnessing a tiny piece of cosmic material meeting Earth's atmosphere at tremendous. The sky spectacle of August 2026 is therefore more than a beautiful event. It is a reminder of our place in something unimaginably large. So mark your calendar. Find the darkest location you can. Turn off your phone for a few minutes. Let your eyes adjust to the darkness. Look toward the sky and wait. Because the universe does not always announce its greatest moments with a sound. Sometimes it simply lights up the darkness. And if you miss it, there is no replay button in the night sky. August 2026 is your invitation to look up. August 2026's major sky-watching opportunities. The month offers several celestial events, including meteors, planets, the moon, and deep sky objects. August 2026 offers an exciting opportunity to reconnect with the night sky and witness the universe in motion. Throughout the month, several celestial events will give skywatchers reasons to step outside after sunset and look upward. The beauty of these events is that they do not always require expensive equipment or advanced knowledge of astronomy. In many cases, your own eyes are enough. The night sky changes from one season to another, revealing different constellations, planets, and distant objects as Earth continues its journey around the sun. During August, the sky becomes especially interesting because several observing opportunities can occur within the same month. With patience and a clear view of the horizon, observers may see bright planets, the moon passing through different phases, and countless stars becoming visible once artificial lights disappear. For the best experience, finding a location away from bright city lights can make an enormous difference. Rural areas, open fields, mountains, or quiet places with minimal light pollution can reveal a sky that is almost impossible to appreciate from a crowded city. Allow your eyes several minutes to adapt to darkness. Avoid looking directly at bright screens, and simply watch the sky. What makes August 2026 remarkable is not just the Perseid meteor shower, one of August's biggest highlights, with fast-moving meteors created when Earth passes through debris left by a comet. Among the most anticipated celestial events of August is the Perseid meteor shower, one of the most famous annual meteor displays visible from Earth. These meteors are created as our planet moves through a stream of tiny particles left behind by a comet. Most of these particles are incredibly small, but when they enter Earth's atmosphere at tremendous speeds, friction and compression heat the surrounding air and produce brilliant streaks of light. For a few seconds, Each meteor can appear like a sudden flash across the darkness. Some are faint and disappear almost instantly, while others can become surprisingly bright. What makes the experience even more fascinating is that these streaks are not stars falling from the sky. They are pieces of cosmic debris burning high above Earth. The Perseids are especially enjoyable because you do not need a telescope to observe them. In fact, using a telescope can make meteor watching less convenient because meteors can appear anywhere across a wide section of the sky. A comfortable chair, a warm or cool layer depending on the weather, and a wide view of the sky are often all you need. The best strategy is to choose a dark location, allow your eyes to adjust, and remain patient. Meteor activity can come in bursts, followed by quieter periods. That uncertainty is part of the excitement. You never know exactly when the next bright streak will appear. As you watch, remember that every meteor is part of a much larger journey through space. A tiny fragment can travel silently for years before meeting our atmosphere and creating a brief flash that someone on Earth can witness. For that moment, distant cosmic history becomes visible above you. Dark skies make the difference. Getting away from city lights and allowing your eyes to adjust can dramatically improve the viewing experience. One of the most important factors in experiencing August celestial events is finding a truly dark sky. Modern cities are filled with artificial light from buildings, streets, vehicles, advertisements, and homes, and this glow can hide many of the stars that would otherwise be visible. Even a spectacular meteor shower can appear less impressive when viewed through a bright urban sky. Traveling to a darker location can completely transform the experience. A rural area, open countryside, desert, mountain region, or a quiet field with a clear view of the horizon can reveal thousands of stars that remain invisible in cities. The Milky Way may become easier to recognize, and faint meteors can stand out against the darker background. Your eyes also need time to adjust. When you first step outside, the sky may seem relatively empty because your vision is still adapted to bright surroundings. After approximately 20 to 30 minutes in darkness, your eyes become much more sensitive to faint light. This is why constantly checking a bright phone screen can interfere with the experience. If you need your phone, reducing its brightness or using a dim red light can help preserve your night vision. Weather is equally important. Clouds, humidity, haze, and atmospheric conditions can obstruct your view even when the astronomical event itself is perfectly timed. Checking the forecast before heading outside can save you from disappointment. The key is patience. The universe operates on a scale completely different from our daily lives. Instead of expecting something spectacular every few seconds, sit back and allow the sky to unfold naturally. Sometimes the most unforgettable moment arrives when you have almost stopped waiting for it. The universe reveals the past. Starlight takes enormous amounts of time to reach Earth, meaning looking eye. When you look in a night sky, you're not simply seeing lights shining above Earth. You're looking into the past. Light travels through space at an extraordinary speed, but the distances between stars and planets are so enormous that even light can take years, centuries, or much longer to reach us. This means that every time you observe a distant object, you are receiving information from an earlier moment in cosmic history that a star that appears as a tiny point of light may actually be incredibly far away. The light reaching your eyes tonight could have started its journey long before modern technology existed. In that sense, the night sky is like a natural time machine. The farther away an object is, the farther back in time we are seeing it. Even a simple meteor can tell a fascinating story. A tiny piece of material may have spent years traveling through space before entering Earth's atmosphere. For only a brief moment, its interaction with the atmosphere produces a bright streak that becomes visible from the ground. Then it disappears, leaving behind only a memory of what happened. The moon offers another example of this connection between distance and time. Moonlight is actually reflected sunlight, and it takes a little over a second to travel from the moon to Earth. That means even familiar objects in our sky are separated from us by measurable travel time. The deeper you look, the more extraordinary this idea becomes. The The sky above us is filled with evidence of cosmic history. Every point of light carries information about where it came from and when its journey began. August 2026 is another chance to experience that incredible connection simply by looking upward at a reminder to look up. The real message is to slow down, step outside, and experience the sky directly, because some celestial moments cannot simply be replayed. The greatest lesson of August 2026 may be surprisingly simple. Take time to look up. Modern life moves quickly with constant notifications. Constantly changing universe offering moments of beauty that require nothing more than our attention. Celestial events are special because they cannot be experienced in exactly the same way twice. A meteor may appear for only a fraction of a second. A particular arrangement of planets or the moon may occur at a specific time and then slowly change as the celestial bodies continue along their paths. You cannot pause the universe or press a replay button. If you miss a moment, you may have to wait for another opportunity. That is why preparation matters. Find a place with a broad view of the sky, reduce nearby lights, check the weather, and give yourself enough time to become comfortable in the darkness. Instead of constantly checking your phone, allow yourself to simply watch. You may notice a meteor crossing the sky, a bright planet rising above the horizon, or thousands of stars becoming visible as your eyes adjust. But beyond the spectacle, there is something deeply meaningful about this experience. Looking at the stars reminds us that Earth is only a small part of an enormous universe. It encourages curiosity and gives us a moment to step away from everyday worries. So when August nights arrive, make time to look upward. The sky is always telling a story, but you have to be there to see it.